Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to do a super fun video with my sister, and I'm going to do this look that I already have on, and I'm going to straighten her hair, and we're going to see if we can turn her into my twin. So it's going to be a lot of fun, so if you want to see this look on her, then just go ahead and keep watching. So the first thing I'm going to do is section off her hair and blow dry it. So I'm just going to take the top section up. She has super curly hair, so it'll be easier to straighten it if I can blow dry it in sections. So we'll just do this, and then I'm going to blow dry in downward motions like this, down and pulling the curls out, and then it'll be straighter. So we'll do that, and we'll be right back. Okay, so this is what it's looking like right now. Pretty crazy and fluffy. But now I'm going to take some Moroccan oil and just do a few pumps and put that all over her hair, and then we'll straighten it. Yeah. Okay, so now I've got her hair sectioned off again, and I'm just going to take a very small piece and take the straightener all the way from the top and slowly bring it down. And it does take a few times going over the hair to get it straight the way you want it. So I just keep going over it. And I'm going to do this to her whole head. Maybe it's the way she walks. Ow! He's being calm. Okay, so this is the finished hair, and we're already looking pretty similar. It's kind of scary. Very scary. So now we're going to move on to eyes, and today I'm going to be using the Morphe palette and the Naked palette, but we're going to start with the Naked palette. The Urban Decay eyeshadow primer is what I'm going to use, and I've talked about this in my other videos. I really love it. It keeps my eyeshadow on all day. So first I'm just going to take that and put a good amount all over her eyes, and then just blend it in with my fingers. Okay, now that that's finished, we are going to use the Naked palette today, and I'm going in with the shade Tease, which is this shade here, with a fluffy brush that looks like this, and I'm just going to take this into the crease. It's a really good transition shade, one of my favorites, and just blend so there's no harsh lines. And when you use a transition shade, it really helps with the overall eye look because it helps the eyeshadow just blend upward and look seamless. Okay, next I'm going to go in with the shade Busted right here, and with a still fluffy brush but a little bit denser than the last brush I used. And I'm going to take that shade and put it only in the outer corner right here, packing it on, just deepening up that outer crease. And then once I have almost everything off my brush, I can start blending in this way. Okay, now I'm going to go into my Morphe 25B palette, and I'm going to use that same brush I used before and go into this shade here and put it in the outer corner again. Bringing it in once there's not much product on my brush. Okay, now I'm going to go back into the Naked palette and take the shade Chopper and Half Baked. They're two really shimmery shades, and I'm going to mix them together and then put them in the center of the lid and then moving toward the tear duct. Now I am going to take one shade from my Kylie palette. It's a shimmer shade. This gold shimmer right here I'm going to take and put over top of that glitter that we just did.
a kiss. Give me a kiss.
Okay, now we're going to do liner, and I'll be using the Stilla liner pen. It looks like that on the end. And I'm just going to do normal eyeliner. I'm not going to do a wing or anything today.
Baby boy.
Sit up here with us. Okay. Okay.
I'll hold you.
Oh, yeah.
I'll pet you. Give you loving.
You're the cutest puppy. Yes. Okay, so now I'm just going to wipe her eyeshadow clean off of her face and put her lashes on off camera. And if you want to see a video of me putting lashes on and demonstrating how I do it, then just comment down below and I'll be happy to do that. Okay, we'll be right back. Okay, now we're going to prime the face with one heck of a Blot primer, and I've talked about this primer too before. It's really great if you have pores that are bigger in this area. I use it and I love it. So I'm just going to get a little bit. Actually, it's a lot. And I'm going to focus it in this area right here, pressing it into the skin. And then I'll take it up the forehead and back down and pressing it in. Okay, so now we're going to do foundation, and I'm going to do a little foundation cocktail today and mix the Wet n Wild foundation and the LA Girl Pro Matte foundation. So I'm first going to take the Wet n Wild, and it has like a weird spoon looking thing, so I just put it on the back of my hand, and a little more maybe. And then I take the Pro Matte and do a pump and a half. And then I'm going to take the back of like a brush, like this, and I'm just going to mix it on the back of my hand, and then take it onto her face, just like this. And then as we go, I'll just grab some more with my beauty blender. But I'm going to take the beauty sponge and dab a little bit more into it, and then just take it all over her face, blending with pouncing motions. Okay, so now we're going to do concealer, and I'm also going to mix. So I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape first and take a little bit just into the darkest parts and just a few little bits of it. And then I'm going to take the beauty sponge and really work that in. And since it's super full coverage, I just like to use it on the darker parts of my under eyes just to cover what I need. And now that we've got that blended in, I'm going to go in with the Instant Age Rewind and just take that down a little bit more. And we're going to use it mostly just to brighten up our face, the forehead, and the middle of the nose, and the chin. And then I'm just going to blend that in exactly how I blended in the other concealer. So now we're going to set the face, and I'm going to use the same powder that I've used in every video. I love it. It is the Peach Perfect powder, and I just put some in the lid. And I'm going to take my sponge with the precise line on it and dip into it, and then take it underneath the eyes, pressing it into the skin, pressing and pouncing. This powder is really great. It just makes your face look so smooth and perfect, and it smells like peaches, so it's amazing. Okay, so now that her face is all set, before we brush it off, we're going to do brows. And I'm using the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer. I talked about this in my last video as well. It's my favorite. And so I'm going to start on the under part and just do a line underneath. And then go to the top. And then just fill in as I go any gaps that I see. Now that we filled in the brows, we're going to do NYX Control Freak Brow Gel. It's just clear and it really holds the brows where they need to be. Okay, now we're going to bronze up the face. And my favorite bronzer, I also talked about this in my last video, is the Butter Bronzer. Oh, can you see it? Butter Bronzer. And this is the shade Light. And I'll be using a brush that looks like this. It's kind of fluffy, but a little bit more precise so that we can get right where we need it to be. So I'm just going to, it's really pigmented, so I'm just barely tapping into it. And I'm going to take it right under where you put blush and just direct it, starting back here mostly, focusing it there, and then bringing it down. Okay, now we're going to do blush. This is my favorite blush, Tarte, in the shade Peaceful. And it's really pigmented and pretty. So I'm going to use a brush that looks like this and tap into it and starting at the apples of the cheeks, focusing it there, and then dragging it back. Okay, we're going to do lower lash line now, and we're going to do a really simple lower lash line today. So I'm just going to go back into my Morphe palette and take this shade right here and dip into it with this brush. Can you see? Yes. And just dragging it from the edge all the way almost to the center, just to deepen it up a little bit. We didn't do too crazy of eyeshadow today, so we're just going with a simple lower lash line. Okay, now we're going to put mascara on our lower lash line, and I'm using Full and Soft Mascara by Maybelline. Now we're going to do the Morphe setting spray, and then we'll do highlight afterwards, because if your face is wet with the spray, then the highlight is popping. So, Morphe setting spray. Here we go. So magical.
It smells so good.
Alright, highlight. So I'm going to use this brush here, pointed on the edge so you can get right where you want it, but it's not so precise that there's a line of highlight. So I'm going to go into the Smashbox palette that I used last time. I love it. The highlights are so good. So I'm going to use this shade here and this shade, and I'm going to mix them. And then take it right here at the tops. Don't bring it down where your blush starts. Try to keep it up here. And then I'm also going to put some highlight on her Cupid's bow. And then I'm going to take it with my finger and go down the center of her nose and on the end. And then just blend it a little bit with my brush. And then I'm also going to take a thin brush that looks like this and take the highlight right under her brow bone. And then I'm going to take it, the same brush I used for her brow bone, and take it into the inner corner. This really brightens up the eyes, makes you look awake. So now I'm going to spray your face one more time. We're just locking that in. Okay, now I'm going to use this little Tarte lip paint in the shade Birthday Suit and put this all over her lips. Okay, so this is the finished look. What do you think?
I like it.
I think we look pretty similar.
We look so similar.
Yeah, so it's pretty crazy, but we did the brown, kind of more natural eye and lips, and I think it's cute. So thank you guys so much for watching and supporting my channel, and if you have any suggestions for a video you'd like me to do next, then just comment below. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel so that you can see when I make my next video. Thank you guys so much. Bye!